I think Apple's ultimately neutral here. It failed to break out above Thursday's high. You can see here, Friday was essentially an inside day. So I would count Apple as neutral in between the 300 and I'm going to say 317 zone. So we've got about a $17 range there for Apple. Again, we tried to make a move here. This cycle, momentum cycle to the upside after it broke above this doji, was very short-lived, right? Basically only lasted one day. This is actually more normal when the MACD looks like this. So when you have a bearish MACD like this, the bullish momentum cycles from a probability standpoint are shorter. The bearish ones are longer. You can see it across the board every time the MACD goes bearish. These bullish momentum cycles, they don't really last that long. They're not these big juicy momentum cycles to the upside. Bearish ones are longer, more likely compressed, and shorter bullish ones. When we overall look at the candle here, again, you can see Friday was essentially just an inside day inside the range of Thursday. So very, very compressed. Ultimately, again, we need to see Apple breaking above the 315 area. If it does, watch for a gap fill here in the stock. If it doesn't and can't get above 315, can't get above 316, watch for more compression inside this zone. Very interesting price action here after the big gap down. Not really taken off yet to the upside. Keep your eyes on that level. The Qs, however, have made a fantastic rally. You can see after this big liquidity sweep. Now, liquidity sweeps are very interesting. I love this pattern. We made a new low. Everybody was freaking out. Then all of a sudden we gapped and we immediately started to run. Now, I want you to pay close attention to this kind of candle. Now, think about the psychology about this for a moment. Very bearish here. Lots of people getting short. Lots of bulls getting washed out over leverage. The next morning, we gapped up and basically gapped up above the entire bar or candle from that previous day. That squeezes the shorts. It gets them trapped in the trade. They've got no other choice but to buy back to cover their shorts. And then all of a sudden, you get this hop skip trade. It basically just moves straight up over the next few days. Well, we compressed and then moved up again on Friday. So I think this is more bullish than anything else. Ultimately, the Qs need to get above 726 to keep this pattern going. Now, next up, I want to highlight something very interesting here. If you've been following along, I've been posting my analysis almost daily on my personal feed on Real Micah Lamar, on X, on Twitter, and now on YouTube. And I had shared specifically a couple bits of analysis for SpaceX. One being that if it could get above and stay above 116, I saw a huge upside in the stock. Friday, we had just an absolutely tremendous day. Basically went up the entire day. If you hop over to the 5-minute, what a just fantastic move this was. Here's the Heikin Ashi. I mean, if you're ever looking for just a beautiful, highly tradable stock with very little interruptions, at this point in time, you can't really get any better than what SpaceX is providing. Wonderful move to the upside. The Heikin Ashi payday cycle on the 5-minute and 1-minute just continues to work. Okay. Now, something interesting happened here over the last few trading sessions. I want to bring this up here. I'm actually going to go here to my indicators. I'm going to turn the volume on. Check this out. Okay. Let me make the MACD a little smaller, make the volume bigger. All right, notice the volume on SpaceX has really been picking up over the last few days. Kind of like it was, the first week of its trading. Now, I want to bring up Tesla. Notice the volume on Tesla has been decreasing. Now, I had a good breakout day here, but a lot of people in the interweb are basically thinking that a lot of the trading volume has essentially been moving from Tesla to SpaceX. And it doesn't surprise me. SpaceX has been a wonderful trade here over the last few days with all of its nice intraday cycles. Now, we have a couple more tickers I want to highlight, but first I want to show you a couple of really nice little quality of life upgrades that we just made for the group. Number one, we're now showing you where the stock closed, and if it's moved post-market, we now give you this update right here, which is really cool. Okay. We also give you the full analysis of all the data that we're pulling in, which is very nice. And then you could also see it right here, basically piping this data right in for you real time. We've also just released this nice little function here. When you hover over these, you get a quick chart. You got the Wall Street AO read. You can adjust this if you want. You just go away and it's gone. This is especially helpful in the screener when you're here and you just want to do a quick chart. You just pop over here, what's going on, fully aligned, bullish, and breaking out. I love this quick chart. I think you're going to like it too. Let's do a quick one here on Nvidia, which is also in a bullish payday cycle, folks. We're still breaking out. We're still moving to the upside. And as long as we stay above 215, we're good to go. Last one here is PLTR, Palantir, breaking out on a good earnings call. I had shared with everybody actually on Monday of this week, before it gapped up, that I was looking for the stock to do a mean reversion. It had been coiling down here, and I thought it was going to come up here to the 150 to 160 range. You can actually see it. I've got it marked here on my chart. Great earnings call. Nice little rally here. We finally get the weekly MACD. Look at that, folks. Weekly MACD, bada beam, bada boom. Now crossed to the bulls. Expect further upside momentum in Palantir as well. Couple of quick takeaways. The Heikin Ashi chart combined with the MACD is still working. It's still working for our group. In fact, it's been working for the 20 years that I've been trading. It's continuing to work. And the more I study it, the more I realize that it also just works across time frames. I love it on the 30-minute, the 5-minute, and the 1-minute for day trading, on the daily for swing trading, and the weekly for confirming that daily swing trade. All right, that's it for me. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy your night, and I'll see you in the next video.